It is the first stop in the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing, the Hawaiian Pro. And this is round 2, heat number 8. Take a look, Billy Stearman, Brett Dorrington, Mark Lackamore, and Imai Kalani DeVault. And the flags are flying below him. You can see a couple Aussies. Let me ask you, Pete, Billy Stearman winning the national championship in New Zealand in 4 minutes. He caught 2 waves in 4 minutes at the beginning of the heat.
He's got himself positioned pretty well on the peak right now, but lets it go, and here is White, Brett Dorrington.
With no priority, there he goes, a couple of highline pumps. This is a bomb of a wave, and look at the section ahead. He decides to hit the lip. Well, there was a closeout. He probably could have pulled into the barrel, not make it out. Out the back, Billy Stearman. Now, Stearman's from Raglan, and that's basically a big, long left, correct?
Yeah, and he's going to have a really lethal backhand because of growing up on those point breaks and going on his backhand pretty much 85% of his time. But there is a lot of good right-handers there, and he's accomplished going both directions.
Can you hear the guys whistling from the beach?
Yes, you can. I think, yeah, when you have a Brazilian surfer in the heat, all the Brazilians, they know how to whistle so good. I don't know how to do it, but they're really good. Yeah, you can listen it, yeah.
Well, there you go. The other guys giving them the nod, giving them the heads up with the waves coming. Congratulations on moving on through it, Rich. Great to see you surfing so well.
Thank you, boys.
Nice job.
Wish we could have done that here in America for me, but, you know, hey, never say never, right? You can always learn. Watch this wave here. This is Breno. Again, high-speed wreck. As he comes up in the lip, comes off down, and just cannot keep his board above the water and goes down hard once again in that shallow water. Brett Dorrington, a pair of ones, and he's paid the price for him.
Out the back, live action, long wall ahead, huge radical floater. He lands it, goes for another late hit. Suicide King himself, Mark Lackamore, not holding back one bit. That is 110%. Now at the back, Billy Stearman. Stearman on his forehand. There's a nice hack right there. Another nice hit, a little late. And that's all she wrote. The toilet bowl really sucking out down the line.
Yeah, well, I think you're getting a little transition in tide right now. You know, Billy Stearman taking off deep on that wave, was able to complete his 2 moves. Again, high speed. Both these waves super deep on the bank, and so they've had to run it with a lot of speed. You know, we saw that at Mark Lackamore, the big high-speed floater, but couldn't pull off that late hit. Let's take a look at it as he's running down the line, pumping as much speed as he can. This one way up and over. Somehow keeps the speed together because he knows he had to come and hit this last section, but can't hang on. And then behind him, a little better pace on this wave. Billy, see, drops down the bottom, gets this nice snap to start it out, and then the float. Late hits it and somehow hangs on. I think you're going to see that being the best wave of the heat so far.
Well, we take a look at the lineup right here. A couple of actions. First priority is with Imai Kalani DeVault. And why has he got first priority? He's looking for his first wave. Let's take a look at the surfer from the island of Maui. Just 18 years of age, plenty of speed. And you know, he's got, he mixes it up. Got a lot of routine out there. Part of Team Hawaii. Well-coached kid. Next up in riding, Brett Dorrington's got a couple of ones there. Dorrington now getting started here. There's a nice solid move for Breno. Little whitewater climb. Nothing really working out here. Tide is starting to drop.
Yeah, and that was another tough section. Got there late. Nice turn, though. The first one, you know, he laid into it, but had to keep the board moving horizontally. And the reason he had to do that was to get down the line so he could get one more maneuver in, but he was still late. Even with that type of maneuver that he did, it still didn't allow him the opportunity to finish that section, you know, nice and clean. And another fall for Breno. You know, mistakes and limiting them as much as possible. As you watch a replay here of Lackamore, backside hook, you know, nice pace on this wave. He's able to kind of slow things down, gets 2 nice moves, so that's going to be a good score for him. That's going to put him in a good position with the 4.33 as a backup. That one comes in as a 5.77.
While we're away, that's what he got. He listens and looks back, and the surfer out of France goes, I know enough English to know that now I am in the lead, and I'm trying to better a 4.33 as opening wave. Dorrington, though, is sitting in a good spot, still with priority, and waiting for a second score, according to the computer screen. You want to make sure it's going to be a good one. Dorrington, to retake the lead, needs a 3.77. Really wants to distance himself. Never, ever would you want to take off on something and go after a 3.77 until it's the final moments. Well, their great dad's been in the surf industry forever, and a surf-stoked family. How much fun growing up with those guys traveling the world. They've had the time of their lives, and it continues.
That's just, you know, understanding and having gratitude.
There is the very smart Billy Stearman. This is his second wave. He's got a 6.33 in the scoreline. Unfortunately, that It's not going to be what he really wanted to do on his second score. Now he's opened the door. Dorrington needs a 2.57 or something. Here's Imai Kalani-Duvall on the second wave.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of impatience there from Billy. He wanted to back that 6.33 up so much that he took the first wave of the set and left Imai out the back to be able to get this score. So that's the mistake we were talking about. First of all, he fell. Also, taking the first wave of the set kind of put him in a situation where a little bit of impatience and then the error falling on that wave may cost him here.
Well, when you talk to these guys come in, sometimes you don't talk to third and fourth that much, but it'll take a while to get over it. But everybody, even the leaders, are struggling in terms of finding the waves. How about Imai Kalani?
Well, Imai, nice wave choice here. He takes the second wave of the set, gets the snap, the float, and actually gets around the corner and finishes this wave off. So this could be a good score for Imai. He had a 2.67 as his first wave, so this is going to be his first real good score here in this heat.
Imai Kalani-Duvall with a 4.07, so he's in the third spot, needs a 3.27, assuming that Billy Stearman or Mark Lackamore really don't change their scores. So Imai Kalani knocking on the door. Unfortunately, he's got fourth priority.
Yeah, that was interesting because, Imai did get, some quality maneuvers there, but I'm trying to look and reflect back on what happened. There was a little bit of hitches in the beginning of those first turns. One of the most important turns on a wave generally is the very first turn. And he got a little hitch a little stutter in the lip, and that pretty much kind of put him a little bit out of pace. But, a 4.07. I thought that wave would have gone a little bit higher, but again, I'm not the judge.
You can jump on
Upgrades.
Hawaiian Airlines and go for the upgrades. Nice job. Thank you, Hawaiian Airlines. As we take a look at a fast surfer, Brent Dorrington, trying to better a 1.0 in his score line. There he gets a nice move. He's in the fourth spot, and he feels a little bit better about that. He needs a 3.57. Next up, Imai Kalani-Duvall looking to poach one on the inside. Here comes a local kid, and he's too deep in the lineup. Hits the toilet bowl and closes out. Well, first and second in the lineup. First is our surfer in yellow. He's not showing any interest, but Billy Stearman trying to get rid of a 1.0. He's got a 6.33. Interesting bottom turn. He really timed that beautifully and cannot get around the section.
You know what, though? That's going to improve. He didn't need a whole lot. He's in second right now. 3.77 will put him over the top of Mark, which puts him in a better position at the end of this heat here with 3 minutes to go. Puts him in first position. This wave is going to be, a huge score, but I believe it'll be better than the 3.77.
If Billy Stearman takes the lead, Mark Lackamore drops to the second spot. That means there's going to be a new requirement for third and fourth to get into a transfer spot. First and second move on. Third and fourth, when we say they need a 3.27, that's going to second, not taking the lead. It's just getting to a transfer spot, moving through. The only time you're worried about first, second, third, and fourth would be the final. And the final should be pretty exciting with over $80,000 in prize money, $40,000 going to the winner of the final, which we think might be in a day and a half.
What a way
to take a look at the replay.
Start the Triple Crown. So here's Brent, and the judges are loving this score because of the speed he carried. Big float, comes down straight to the bottom, hacks it off the top. Critical move for the final move right there on the basically on the closeout section at the toilet bowl.
And they give him a
8.0. And that puts him straight to the lead. And now pushing Mark Lackamore down to second. Billy looking for a score here. We still have his wave to come in as well. Now he needs a 3.77 to overtake Mark, which means that he would be in an advancing spot here with less than 2 minutes to go.
Stearman's got a third wave to come through. Surfer in yellow, Lackamore looking to ditch at least a 4.33 in the scoreline. That is a tough one for Mark Lackamore. The door is open for Billy Stearman and Imai Kalani-Duvall. Duvall has first priority, looking for a fourth wave. We think of a 6.03, a 3.77 for the longest time. He's just posted an 8.0 and is vaulted up into the lead. And now Billy Stearman right there, who opened up very strong.
Very quickly, he's going to get the news that he's going to move into second position.
Let's see if he does. It looks like it's going to get the score. And no, he jumps up into the lead. So Stearman in first, Dorrington in second. Lackamore needs a 6.01. Duvall needs a 7.71. Duvall needs a wave. There's 35 seconds remaining. He has first priority. It's going to be Chris Cote, who did 100 push-ups yesterday, and Ross Williams, who is gluten-free.
Did he do 100 push-ups?
Yeah, he did. Well, let's take a look. There we go. We're going to wrap things up. Everybody have fun here.
No wonder he looks so good.
Hawaiian style on the beach.